Picture this. You're floating 400 kilometers above Earth aboard the International Space Station. The blue marble below rotates slowly beneath you, while cosmic storms rage silently in the vacuum of space. Suddenly, a critical system failure alarm screams through the station. Oxygen levels are dropping. Communication with Earth is lost. Your heart should be racing, right? But instead, you remain perfectly calm. Your breathing stays steady, your mind crystal clear. This isn't superhuman. This is equanimity, the secret weapon that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Welcome to the most powerful mental technology ever discovered. Today we're going to decode the neuroscience behind unshakable inner peace and show you how the greatest minds in history used this ancient wisdom to shape our modern world. Chapter 2: The Emperor's Algorithm. Rome, 170 AD. Emperor Marcus Aurelius sits in his tent on the Germanic frontier. Around him, the chaos of war. Inside his mind, perfect stillness. While his generals panic about barbarian attacks, Marcus writes in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Here's the fascinating part. Modern neuroscience has proven Marcus was literally rewiring his brain. Each time he practiced equanimity, he was strengthening his prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, Stoic, while calming his amygdala, the panic button. Think of it like updating your mental operating system. Most people run on Panic OS version 1.0. But equanimity? That's like upgrading to Zen OS 3.0. The emperor didn't just rule an empire, he programmed his mind to remain unshakable, no matter what external chaos tried to hack his inner peace. Chapter 3: The Neuroscience of Unbreakable Calm. Let's zoom into your brain at the molecular level. Imagine you're piloting a microscopic ship through the neural highways of someone practicing equanimity. First stop, the amygdala. In most people, this almond-shaped structure lights up like a Christmas tree during stress. But in those with equanimity, it's surprisingly quiet, like a Zen monastery at midnight. Next, we navigate to the anterior cingulate cortex. This is your brain's conflict monitor. In equanimous minds, it shows increased gray matter density, literally thicker neural tissue. It's like having a supercomputer instead of a calculator for emotional processing. But here's where it gets sci-fi cool. Studies using fMRI scans show that people with high equanimity have synchronized brainwaves across multiple regions. Their neural networks communicate like a perfectly orchestrated symphony. It's as if they've unlocked a secret frequency that most humans never discover. A mental radio station that only broadcasts peace, clarity, and unshakable confidence. Chapter 4: Steve Jobs and the Reality Distortion Field. Cupertino, California, 1997. Apple is 90 days from bankruptcy. The board is in panic mode. The media is writing obituaries. But Steve Jobs? He's meditating. Jobs discovered Zen Buddhism in his 20s, spending months in meditation retreats. This wasn't just spiritual exploration, it was cognitive enhancement. He was literally upgrading his mental hardware. His famous reality distortion field wasn't magic, it was equanimity in action. While others saw impossible deadlines and insurmountable problems, Jobs saw opportunities and solutions. Here's the neuroscience. Equanimity creates what researchers call cognitive flexibility. Your brain becomes like water, able to flow around obstacles instead of crashing into them. When the iPhone team said touchscreen technology wasn't ready, Jobs didn't get angry or stressed. He remained calm, asked better questions, and found better solutions. The result? The most valuable company in human history. All because one man learned to keep his inner spaceship steady while navigating the chaos of Silicon Valley. Chapter 5: The Ancient Art of Mental Aikido. Imagine your mind as a sophisticated defense system. Most people use mental boxing. They fight every problem head-on, exhausting themselves with each conflict. But equanimity, that's mental aikido. Instead of opposing force with force, you redirect negative energy, using its momentum to your advantage. Ancient Stoics called this the discipline of desire. Here's how it works. When something happens that would normally trigger stress, your equanimous mind performs 3 lightning-fast calculations. First, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, release attachment to the outcome. Second, what can this teach me? Every challenge becomes data for your mental algorithm. Third, how can I use this energy constructively? Anger becomes fuel for innovation. Fear becomes motivation for preparation. It's like having a mental jujitsu master inside your head, constantly transforming obstacles into stepping stones. Chapter 6, The Astronaut's Secret. NASA doesn't just train astronauts to fly spaceships. They train them to think like spaceships, stable, precise, and unshakable even in the most extreme conditions. Commander Chris Hadfield, who went viral for his space videos, reveals the secret. In space, there is no margin for panic. Equanimity isn't optional, it's survival. NASA's psychological training includes something called stress inoculation. Astronauts are deliberately exposed to increasingly intense simulations while practicing calm, methodical responses. But here's what's fascinating. The same neural pathways that keep astronauts calm during spacewalks can be developed by anyone. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real crisis and an imagined one. Every time you practice staying calm during small daily stresses, traffic jams, difficult people, unexpected changes, you're literally training your nervous system for bigger challenges. You're becoming the mission commander of your own life, capable of navigating any storm with steady hands and a clear mind. Chapter 7, The Billionaire's Paradox. Here's a mind-bending paradox. The people who care least about outcomes often achieve the most extraordinary results. Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, practices daily meditation and calls equanimity his secret sauce. Jeff Bezos famously said he makes his best decisions when he's not emotionally attached to any particular outcome. This seems counterintuitive, right? Shouldn't caring more lead to better results? But neuroscience reveals why the opposite is true. When you're emotionally attached to outcomes, your brain's threat detection system activates. Blood flow shifts from your prefrontal cortex to your limbic system. Translation: you literally become less intelligent when you're too invested in specific results. Equanimity creates what psychologists call optimal arousal. You're engaged but not anxious, focused but not frantic. Your brain operates at peak efficiency. It's like the difference between a race car driver who's terrified of crashing versus one who's simply focused on the next turn. Guess who wins more races? Chapter 8, The Quantum Mind Hack. Get ready for some mind-bending quantum psychology. In quantum mechanics, particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. Your thoughts work similarly. Most people collapse their mental possibilities too quickly. They see a challenge and immediately decide, this is terrible. Their reality crystallizes around that single interpretation. But equanimity keeps your mind in what we could call quantum superposition. You hold multiple possibilities simultaneously without prematurely collapsing into just one emotional state. A business deal falls through. Instead of immediately labeling it failure, your equanimous mind considers, maybe this creates space for something better. Maybe I learned valuable information. Maybe this timing is actually perfect. This isn't positive thinking, it's quantum thinking. You're keeping all probability waves active until you have enough information to make the best choice. It's like having a mental particle accelerator that can explore infinite possibilities before selecting the most useful perspective. Chapter 9. The Network Effect of Inner Peace. Here's something remarkable. Equanimity is contagious. Mirror neurons in our brains automatically copy the emotional states of people around us. When you enter a room in a state of calm confidence, you literally change the neurochemistry of everyone present. Their stress hormones decrease, their creativity increases, their decision-making improves. This is why every great leader throughout history, from Gandhi to Nelson Mandela to Oprah Winfrey, cultivated unshakable inner peace. They understood that your inner state is your greatest leadership tool. Think about it. Who would you rather follow into battle? Someone who's panicking about every obstacle, or someone who remains steady and resourceful no matter what challenges arise? Your equanimity creates what network scientists call a positive feedback loop. The calmer you become, the more people trust you. The more they trust you, the more opportunities flow your way. The more opportunities you have, the more you can practice staying calm under pressure. You become a walking wireless network, broadcasting peace and attracting success. Chapter 10. Building your mental space station. Time for the practical part. How do you actually build this mental space station of unshakable calm? First, understand that equanimity isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about becoming the mission control center that observes and directs them. Start with the 3-2-1 protocol. When you feel stress rising, count backwards from 3 while taking deep breaths. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural calm response. Next, practice the asteroid field technique. When problems arise, imagine you're navigating a spacecraft through an asteroid field. Each challenge is just another space rock to navigate around, not a personal attack on your peace. Finally, install the update loop. Every evening, review your day like a software engineer debugging code. What triggered stress? How did you respond? What would you upgrade for tomorrow? Remember, you're not trying to eliminate all challenges. You're building the mental infrastructure to remain centered while handling any situation life throws at you. Your inner space station is now under construction. Every moment of practice adds another module of unshakable calm. As we prepare for re-entry into your daily life, remember this. Most people play finite games, trying to win specific battles, beat particular competitors, achieve certain goals. But equanimity is an infinite game. The purpose isn't to win, it's to keep playing with grace, wisdom, and unshakable inner peace. Every Roman emperor falls. Every company eventually fails. Every achievement fades into history. But the person who masters equanimity, they remain forever free, forever at peace, forever capable of creating something beautiful from whatever life presents. You now possess the same mental technology used by emperors, astronauts, and billionaires. The same neuroscience that can rewire your brain for unshakable calm. The same ancient wisdom that can make you truly unstoppable. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, transform yourself into a walking sanctuary of calm in a chaotic world. Become the person others look to when storms arise. Build your inner space station and explore the infinite possibilities of an equanimous mind. The universe is waiting to see what you'll create when nothing can shake your inner peace. Launch sequence initiated. Welcome to the infinite game.